The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and do not reflect any form of practical application of the host profession, but meant to awaken conversations. And welcome back to another episode, the final episode of the season. Rendani or Ratshibaya, and you're welcome to Rare but Blessed one more time. And the last time for season 1. I'm joined by the most amazing woman who is my mother, the woman that gave birth to me, the woman who took care of me. And the reason why she's here today is just to give you guys a sneak peek of how she had to take care of me throughout my journey of having the condition that I had. And I know that she has some fruitful information that will help other mothers as well and encourage other mothers who are living with kids that might live with my condition or living with kids with a different condition. So let me introduce you guys to her. So
Hello.
So before starting, these are some icebreaker questions that I've been asking everyone.
Yes.
So Vele, you're part of the show, so I know that you would be deserving to be asked as well. Yeah. So what's the one thing that you do not leave the house without, besides your bus taxes?
The phone, my phone.
Why? Why can you never leave it behind?
Because my phone it's my way of communicating with my family, with everyone. Everything is on my phone. Everything's on my phone.
And do you prefer coffee or tea?
Tea.
Please tell the viewers what kind of tea you prefer. Just let them in on the kind of tea you prefer.
Okay. Rooibos, but ginger.
And?
Yes. Ginger. No, you call it grocery, whole groceries.
Because you have 5 ingredients in it.
No, baby, that is not it.
She literally has 5 ingredients in a tea. Like every time I have to make the tea, it's a struggle. But do you prefer to go to the beach or the mountains for vacation?
Beach.
Why?
Yeah, because free. Yeah. Mountains I can go to mountain, but at the end of the day, I prefer the beach. Yeah.
Okay. And I know that you guys got married, right? And then after marriage, sort of like a few months down the line, you were pregnant.
Yeah.
I want you to tell us about how was that, you finding out, your true emotions at the time. How did you feel?
Yeah, your pregnancy. Actually, you find it out not in your visit to doctor. I got sick.
What kind of sickness?
I don't know. Really, I was nara. Then nangifika ku doctor. Nasifika ku doctor no baba. Check, then athi congratulations, you are pregnant. Yeah. Really. Doctor sawangathi young. Instead of me be happy, really I was bored. I was so bored. Good kanti.
What is this now?
What is this now? And why ngifika ngoba sick? Really I was kwangekho mnandi. And yeah, pregnancy yakho really.
How was the journey? After finding out, how was the journey before you gave birth?
Yeah, the first 3 months, it was not easy. Then, the next step, I enjoy. But the last 3 months, Rendani, it wasn't. I was bad. Nganginama noses, yonke into ngayicabanga, ngangalali. Yeah, kwakungekho. Pregnancy yakho zange be a nice journey at the end of the day.
So you didn't enjoy it?
I didn't enjoy it, and angazi ngempela ngaphinda kanjani.
Compared to my So and then my other siblings, was it fine?
It was.
So I was the problem from day one. I was the problem. Like I made you sick.
You made me sick.
And then I came with other things.
Yonke into embi nganginayo ukudla kwakunginukela. And this one thing. Ngangijalo ngifike eJardini. La ngangihlala khona, sasingahlala ekhaya. Kokhona into enginukela kabi. Yabona ukuthi ingenza ukuthi ngijike. turn it back, ngiphume ejardini. And I think I discovered the last week of
pregnancy
that i-anyanisi lenginukela kabi, and la sevele seku over ukuthi ngizenze and kwathi nasengidiscover ukuthi anyanisi ngaba fine, really ngaba fine, I understand kwaba right, but ungenze i-pregnancy yakho ingenze angathi I've been stupid ukuthi ngibe pregnant again. Really? Singakhohlwa. It's like no pregnant. Ama-pains. After ama-pains ukhohliwe is that joy nasogona umntwana. Ukhohlwa yonke into esemuva. I think that's why
you had my siblings afterwards. Okay. And what happened after giving birth to me? Because I know I have some pictures of me in hospital. What was going on after that?
The last day, sekumele discharge esibhedlela. My last day at the hospital, the doctor just came to me and said, "You can't take your baby home." Why? No, your baby's got a problem. And then, what's the problem, doctor? He said, meningitis. All these days, there was nothing. The last day to pick you up from the bed to go home. The doctor diagnosed with meningitis. Yo, that was another pain.
Did you even know what meningitis was at the time?
No.
Did they even explain
what
was happening?
They didn't even explain.
But this was private though.
Private. They didn't explain. Then I had to come back to the hospital every day to feed you. It was.
I was there for how long?
Nice. It was about for 3 or 4 days. And after that, those Mama results, they said you've got nothing. They didn't find anything.
So the doctor made a diagnosis from just looking, then did tests, and then a test
my baby had no meningitis.
For nothing.
For nothing.
Okay, and how was it bringing me back home? Now, obviously, it was only when
Yes.
Now there's a new baby, your first baby, the baby that came with this whole situation.
Yes.
How was that like raising me? And I know a few months down the line, you guys moved out. I think it was a few months when you guys moved to this house.
Yes.
How was all of that moving with the baby and just raising me in that process?
Really, it was. Yeah, I enjoyed so feel emhlabeni ngak-enjoy this dark skin cute babe of mine.
So it's dark skin from birth?
From birth!
Not my ears that were dark.
Baby, from birth. And now people, they say you look exactly like me, but that time you look at
you guys see it
exactly like your dad.
You guys see
it. Because I remember even going to vendor. After I think about 3-4 weeks, so we went to
3-4 weeks of me being born.
Yes. My baby. And when I think we arrived in the morning, then at about 9-10, there were gogos sitting outside.
How many gogos?
I forgot, whether about 6 or 7. Was a checker my baby, which really.
Was a checker.
Yeah, I remember. It happened to me.
What were they checking?
I don't know whether they were checking that or. But you were picked up by one granny, and the second granny, after that, the other grannies, I think, this is a Ratshibaya. Really, because just.
What is the process of checking? Like, before that,
I know the confirmation or what. Oh.
Was it done to my other cousins as well? Do you have any experience of my cousins?
No, I don't know.
You don't know the experience, but for you it was the first time because you don't know of others.
I don't know of others.
And how was the process? Just picking me up and...
Yeah, but check. I think it was.
But you guys
like
are married.
Yeah, we're married. Remember, I'm so 10.
Okay, and then...
but I think, I'm telling you, that did happen to me. But, back checker, back bamba. Do you know what? I think that they fought my fights. Because Ubanju just want to, after that.
Everyone else approved.
Yeah, they were, yes. And you both handled that.
And then, like, I want us to now go into my journey into, we've spoken about me as a child.
Yeah.
And then I want us to go in like early primary school years. I know one thing for sure, I was really spoiled. because you guys made sure that everything that I wanted, I really had.
Yes.
But what kind, from your perspective, what kind of a child was I?
Boom, from umncane, and even one of the teachers at school did approve that. But when you are a leader, you push for what you wanted. Now, as join namanje, whatever you want, you push my baby and you get it. And but relationship yakho nama friends yayingekho mnandi darling, because
was it, did it start from primary?
Yeah,
because I don't really remember
started
much
from
the...
umncane. Umntwana essentially darkens skin. Umntwana angazi where this came from, but abanye abantu bengakuthandi or njalo bebazosho umntwana omnyama, umntwana lo mnyama, yabo into enjalo. Yeah, I remember even one time khona wangitshela ukuthi hey, uRendani umnyama. Wangiphatha kabuhlungu lokho, but the answer to that person was not, do you know what, okay, uRendani umnyama, but uRendani at least noma mnyama unomama nobaba bamthandayo. I think from that lady was stop at that day, from that answer I gave it. Noma mnyama uRendani, but unomama nobaba bamthandayo.
So you would say that as much as I feel like I never actually came back home and mangi police was going because of my skin color. I've never came back and complained, no? Like, did I have moments where I came, because I don't remember any. I used to like deal with it on my own.
I think you used to deal with it on your own, baby. But ngangizizwe zinto.
So you would say that as much as I experienced bullying as an individual, you also experienced bullying as a parent on my behalf. Was it really that bad?
It was very, very bad, sis. It was very bad.
That's hectic, but I'm glad now. She got the show. But
you know what? And they ziqinisile.
Yeah.
Ziqinisile. And this, even that, I will say it was a prophecy from this one teacher, a crash. What is Rendani? It's a leader. Yeah. And I hold on to that weights from the teacher.
We always mention
no,
them.
Really. No, Rendani is a leader. And now, I pray for a leader. Yeah.
So from day one, you knew this is the prayer that you should stand on. And I want us to go into, now we know about my journey as a child and all of that, the bullying that I experienced outside of my medical diagnosis and stuff. I want you to take us through my medical journey. So the first one was my meningitis. I don't remember that because I was young, but I remember my first one that I remember. I don't know if I was 6. Tonsillitis. How was that?
When I was a sick child.
Am I doing better now?
Yeah, manjai. Yeah, but angazi from what? But wawumntwana vele. Isikhathi esiningi kumele ngizovuka ngiwasha ingubo, ngizovuka.
I vomited
in the end, and even ne bleeding, nose bleeding. Awunayo yonke lento leyo, yonke into engayicabanga ezenza ukuthi mama asebenze wawunayo. But really, by God's grace, manager. I don't know how. Nangibheke emuva, I don't know how. Manager, and thanks God, because also your father is very supportive. Very, very supportive. Yeah, I mean, mom sebenze angivumeli ukuthi most of the time ngibe away from work, but your dad,
he cuts off work immediately.
A call that is calling us back, kuti so pick up how you are sick. Your dad was number one to be there too.
Okay, so just to stay on the tonsillitis one, right? I remember being admitted to public that time, and as a child, that was my worst experience also, because that was my first experience in that public hospital that is really well known by people. And the nurses were not nice at that time, but I remember my father. I think I started knowing my father at that time. He's very assertive, and you will treat my daughter right. And he used to call from 4 in the morning, Nimkezil. Utlin, I'm coming there now. I better find my daughter ready. How was that, me being in that hospital, knowing now from my experiences, Nikula, with this hospital doesn't really give the best care. We're going to knowing that now my daughter is in this place.
kwakungekho easy, kwakusiphusha ngathi ukuthi siphushe for you to get the best. Yeah, the best care. Wasiphusha ukuthi siphushe. Yeah, kwakungekho easy sis.
And then you had my younger brother. I feel like my younger brother had the most luxurious medical care when he was born. That child, and that's the only time I can recall that I really had a serious illness, and that was asthma. And I just want you to take us through that journey. Uti, when did you start noticing signs? You don't know the time that it's asthma, but when did you start noticing signs that my child might have a serious problem? What's going on?
Okay, asthma iqala njengesifuba. And sikisa ku doctor. We had a really good doctor. Yeah, that doctor, she's a very ngoba azange lokho asisele nale afuna just looks visitor yena. But the minute she found out that this is very serious, what please guys, you need to jump to the was referred to the good hospital.
Was this my GP that I know of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Was referred to the good hospital, and asthma yakho yayiba bad. Each and every attack yayiba bad. And kwafika labathi please nakamane attack, take us straight to the hospital.
Because my pumps wouldn't work.
Yeah.
After that, like my pumps wouldn't work.
Yes. Into yonke sasizama endlini engasebenzi. But I'm repeating again, thank you to your dad. Because he was always there. Ngesinye isikhathi nabe ngithola i-phone call from emsebenzini sekasesibhedlela nawe. Sekasesibhedlela nawe. Mina ngizofika sengifika late ngoba sengizolala nawe esibhedlela.
And with that asthma journey, I feel like with my asthma journey, you're very strict. You're...
Yeah, I was supposed to.
Just to give the viewers a backstory, there was a time when my mom made me drink. I hate cinnamon till this day. I take it sometimes, but there was a time she made me drink cinnamon and water, and I was standing outside, and she said, and I literally took the glass. I was like, I will be healed in the name of Jesus Christ. I will not drink this thing. Why were you so strict? Like, I couldn't eat ice because I had teachers who were looking at me at school. I had my cousin who would come back and tell you guys, like,
because the minute all the ice is that night asilala endlini and shem ana wangikhala nje abanye abantwana, but sasingana choice now. And the minute uyidlile, and nosisi wakhe akhumbula your sister akugada naye,
and she's younger than me.
Younger than you, but
and I began water sometimes as it's going, like, because I was like,
at the end of the day usisi makalala endlini sesibhedlela. At the end of the kamampela now ngayidle ice that night.
But then why bekangangat in terms of makangithola ngithenga ice athi Rendi? Instead she will keep quiet, get home and be like, Baba, you know what Rendi did at school today? And I'm just like,
really, I don't know what's wrong.
It was not nice because I felt like, Sissy, play on my team. Like, what's going on? And I know that I used to, like, every time I would have an attack and I was like sick, or I was leading towards the attack, I used to hide it from you. What are the signs that you could see?
Ngangwaza nje umntana.
Bobona ngani?
Ngangibona action everything.
Bengibanjani?
Uzoba angeke usadlale, angeke usaba phakathi kwethu, ani phela kumele uyifihle ukuthi you are sick now. And ngakubona one time. Ngiyakhumbula even the time ngangisesibhedlela for uphindulo. Uphindulo nakuzalwa kwaphila.
Yes.
Wathi ningena nje nobaba wakho ewardini ngathi Rendani.
Faka amabhuku pink.
Rendani is sick, and that night I will allow him.
I was admitted when my brother left the hospital. I was admitted in the same hospital.
Same hospital.
But I feel like my asthma journey was the most difficult one, and I'm glad that it's gone because even as a child, it was like the moment I had to be cut off sports. I feel like that moment the doctor went, stop sports. You can only swim. I was like, you're taking everything away from me. In high school, Besenza, in PET, you guys would have to write a note that she cannot do it. She's not allowed to. It was not nice. But unfortunately, I'm glad for that study that I partook in. Like, it really played a role. So the most thing that this channel focuses on is people with conditions that they live with for a lifelong time. And I have I'm going to say it wrong. Let's start again, guys. Ne? Spondylolisthesis. That's what I have. So my spine moves forward, so my vertebrae, like, they separate in the lumbar section. So before we get to the diagnosis and the time that we found out Uguti, okay, she has a problem, what things did you see that by the time they diagnosed me, you were like, oh, okay, we thought that was normal, but that was not normal? Like, what was going on with me? What was my posture? How did I walk?
Ngabona one time enkonzweni at the church. You were a choir standing in front. Your spine sasi bended inside.
When was that? What choir? Youth or?
Youth.
You saw me late, nah?
Because really,
Okay.
no. If posture yakho, it didn't have a pain. So till sayitshela ukuthi maybe ume njengomkhulu wakho.
Oh, okay.
Your grandfather was tall and kwangathi, and I don't know whether it was a bend ukuthi sekakhulile or
it is genetics. It is passed on though.
Yes. So ngabona that day, and yangiwarisha, but akana pain, aka complain. So ngatshe ukuthi uso, and do you know what, ngacompare nabanye abantwana, and ngabona bonke abantwana ba straight, but wena yabona kungenile, your spine singene phakathi. And after that, really into esenza ukuthi kunganakeki, we've never complained.
So you guys,
yes, ngatshe ukuthi yes.
And how was I walking? Was I walking normally? From your planning is born.
Ungeke uzibone, but i-walking yakho yayingekho that bad ukuthi umuntu angazi ngathi hey lo muntu une-problem. Yayingekho that bad. As far as I'm concerned, really walking yakho angaboni into
I think for me, the first time, and it's not nice that the first time I knew it's okay, something is wrong. It was not really from maybe me standing in front of the mirror and saying, you know, I experienced bullying within the family and from my dad's side of the family. And there's a vendor word that I hate till this day that they used. And I feel like I'm also grateful for my cousin who once explained it to me. And she explained it in a very nice manner that maybe if you had a very big bum, it was not going to show. So that's why people bully you for this thing. And I was just like, then that's where I started realizing, Gati, something is not right. So I know there are moments where I came back home and I explained my bullying to you. And do you remember one moment where things were really bad and I said something to you?
Yes, I remember. Well, you said, Mama, mhlawumbe lasingafaka a piece of wood at the back here for me just to be straight. But yeah, yayingekho. You didn't have a pain?
And I didn't have any pain.
Yeah. So yayingekho into engathi zokufixela yona. Ufixa because you've got a pain or and njengoba ngisho ukuthi even mina kimi i-movement yakho yayingekho. Ngangunaka ngangabona into off. The off. Angeke sihambe ngokufana. Noma uhamba but ngangabona ukuthi ku off. Go off.
And the moment I started complaining about my left hip, I remember ngahamba nomngane wami went to Limpopo, came back. It was weird that my left hip was painful because I was driving an automatic. My left leg doesn't work. So when I came back, I had a pain, and I remember you kept on saying, "Randy, has go to the doctor. Maybe it's something serious." And something in my heart kept on saying, "Ma'am, it is something serious." And I had a cake to make. And I was like, Mom, why should I go to the doctor? And they say something serious. I want to make this cake. How did you, at the time were you seeing me in pain? I think I was in pain for 2 months. Yeah, I was in pain for 2 months. I went in June, July, August. I was still in pain. How were you when you came back from work and I'm still?
And every day, the pain is worse. Kwakungamnandani and ngangafuna ukuthi uhlale nento mhlambe e-worse singayi attendi. Kwakungekho mnandi, and when ufuna ukwenza this cake of yours,
and I was focused on the cake.
Focus on the cake. Yeah. Kodwa umusa kaNkulunkulu wenzeka ukuthi ikhathi kungaze kube ne-damage enkulu ngakayi ku-doctor. Yeah. And
how did you feel at the time when I was going to consult? think there was a time when I was going to the doctor for about a week on my own. When your job doesn't really allow you to move at any time you want to move. How did you feel every time I used to go to the doctor by myself? Ended up at the public hospital by myself. He had to fetch me at night because how was all of that? Because I'm doing all of these checkups and consultations on my own.
It was so painful. It was really so painful. Yeah. But as I'm saying, you are a fighter. You are a fighter. Remember now, check out each and every move. So goopy with Zani. Yeah.
And you call you. One thing about you. You have phone sisi. Uzandifonele ekuseni ndichile. Uzandifonele mini ulele. Sisi uyafona. And all of this ended up leading to my consultations. I remember that the most part of me, like going to a public hospital, was that our medical aid at the time, to basic because I don't have asthma anymore. So we were paying for nothing basically. And this thing is going to come up. And I remember my heart was so sore. I was focused on now they must pay 17,000 for an MRI cash because this card doesn't cover. And I tried going to a public place and I didn't get it. So when we then went to see the surgeon and all of the things transpired towards the surgeon actually then saying, oh, she has this, like her spine is literally moving apart, her disc is compressed, her nerve is pinched in her spine, her left leg, if there's no attention, she'll be paralyzed. How was it sitting in that office with the doctor and him explaining this whole thing and the procedure that there's nothing else that your doctor can do, but she needs to get an operation? As a parent, how was it? 21 years later, now your child must.
But one thing, I believe that yeah, I'm one that person with you've mentioned this part of what cash for that serious x-ray. We won't believe Kukulu was provider somehow. Cash.
Nobody keep it like laba and then.
So I mean, I'm that one person. Kukulu is never late. It's never too late. I had a mistake. And which in Hamba now in but yeah.
And how was the day of my operation for you guys? Because as much as Ubaba could take me, I know you couldn't take me. Oh my gosh, your job, Sana. I know you couldn't take me, but as much as Baba could take me, he couldn't stay because of COVID restrictions. How was that day for you when I was in theater for 8 hours and you guys had nothing but to wait and be faithful? How was that moment for you at work at that time?
Yes, for me at work. Yes, Randy, your mom, even at work, Pela bogu process enzima. Your officers go to your operation enzima. I think I've told them a day before or 2 days before which my baby is going to a very, very serious operation. And like
scared.
Yes, but I've got this faith. Yeah, I've got this faith. Good. So the day we are esbedlela, I did go with you guys.
Oh yes, in the morning.
Yes, in the morning. I did but I couldn't stay until was by a theater. I had this yes, and that journey close more very, very close with God. Yeah. Umzali like shut down I don't know. I really don't know. I remember your op was supposed to be a 3-hour operation.
It was 4
hours. Now after 4 hours, check how far? You are nowhere to
be done.
Yes.
Did you call the hospital directly at some point?
No, I was communicating with your dad.
Okay.
Because it was your dad who was phoning. But even I had the strength. It wasn't easy. and sebazi ukuthi nabo use-theatre yibo ababe like crazy baspina, but not me.
You will come. I think that's where sometimes I get it from you. I might panic in the moment, but when I'm around people will be like, why are you so calm about it? Because I'm just like, God has it. And because I'll panic, pray about it, and God will be like, let it go. And then I'll leave it to Him to take care of it.
Yeah. Ngangimangala ngempela ukuthi why abantu bathukana ngibatshela. Yini le mina engayi-understand.
Bona abayibonayo.
Abayibonayo. And lo music ngitshela ukuthi, yo, my mom did that operation and kodwa ngingafili. And yeah, ukuhamba noNkulunkulu akufani nokuhamba nje wedwa.
And after my operation and me obviously staying at the hospital for some time, then I came back home. How was that whole? I know I'm very stubborn. I want to do it myself. I'll do it myself. How was it? I remember the time you had to sit me down and say, Randy, use us. Like, we're here to help you. Don't force it. How was it, like, you taking care of me? How was that for you?
I enjoyed that.
And you really did.
And I was like, that.
Miss Mama's why?
Few days I took leave.
It was my first one.
Yeah, no, the first operation. Yes.
Oh yes.
Yes, I took leave from work for 3 days. Really, baby, I enjoyed that. I don't enjoy to wash you, to feed you, to pray for you. Yeah, ngaba nesikhathi esimnandi noNkulunkulu. Ngaba nesikhathi esimnandi.
And you're really enjoying it. And at the moment that after my operation was done, obviously my operation included me having screws being put in my back. And then we went through another journey of one of the screws hurting me. How was it for you when you found out she has to do another one, same month again? How did you feel at that moment? How we are going through this again now?
I think you can remember there was one time that last spoke about this. I think that was the first time we cried.
Oh yes, we cried.
Kala pamwako. Yeah. Why didn't I see this sasemncane? So safara so mdala kanje. But uNkulunkulu zange azasiyeke isandla sami. Sa yenza futhi ama arrangements for you to go back to the hospital. And ngamcela uNkulunkulu I think again. Ngamcela because ngicela ukuthi this must be the last time. This must be the last time. Doctor must do the right thing, and this must be the last time that you
because
go
I feel like
there.
At that time I was emotional. I was emotionally tired.
Yeah,
I was extremely tired because I was like, I've been in pain. I was told to gain weight. Maybe it might help. I did everything, but nothing was helping, and I was just tired of this whole thing because the operation itself is not scary for me. It wasn't because I knew oh God has everything under control. But the healing journey is so painful. And remember there was a time where I called the worship team and they were rehearsing, and then after hanging up, I cried because I was like, they're church rehearsing. I am not there. I don't like that. I feel like I was just tired of being in bed, being at home because I know it's.
Nami into engiphatha kabuhlungu ukuthi abanye abantwana carry on life yabo wena usendlini usembedeni. And this second process with the operation, my prayer was ukuthi kwakucela uNkulunkulu ukuthi please ungaluzi hope because sibambisene la. Now I lose that hope. I can't fight yedwa. I can't fight yedwa la. And ngakubona upick up yeah futhi into ngangithuwela ukuthi eish mhlawumbe ungamdoubt manje uNkulunkulu uzokusiza. Ngakubona uqinisela yeah uqhubeka endleleni ukholwa uNkulunkulu sishare. I won't forget Rendani. Mina tomorrow I must go back to work. Go to the school until 2 o'clock in the morning. Yo, my baby, wavule kumlomo wakhuluma.
I don't even care that you're going to work.
I came back from work. I've cooked.
You take care of
me. Where I must clean. Washed you. Now Rendani, I must sit with Rendani. But yeah, you did.
Yeah. You must be up at 5 again.
I must be up at 5 again. because now I'm not using the car to work because it's so expensive. So, but really, I don't know where I've got the strength.
That's only God, honestly.
And even emsebenzini ngiperforming right. Ngeke umuntu ongabona ukuthi this lady is God. Hayi, ngeke umuntu owayengasho ukuthi I've got a problem darling.
And when you look
do you know what I really you can take everything from me, but just leave Jesus for me.
Yeah, and then everything works out.
For sure.
And when you look at me now, how do you feel? Like throughout the whole journey, knowing that I always say to people, hey, guys, I'm a medically expensive child. And my parents, like every time you guys would make needs, even my second operation, you made sure that I went to the best hospital compared to the other private one. You made sure that I was even more comfortable. My dad, being my dad, used to fight with the nurses if I would hit the bell and they wouldn't come. It was just, you guys always made sure that I'm just comfortable. Baba, even at some point when I started driving, he let go of his automatic car because he knew, my daughter needs it, so he will use the other one. Like, it's just those things where I look back and I'm like, other kids don't have this privilege. And honestly, I feel like it's God working through you guys, because I'm not entitled to any of the things that you guys have, but you still make means to say, even now, as much as I can't drive, it might not for long. I would come even at night before, Mom, I'm going somewhere, I need the car, and you guys will make means to make sure that I have the car and I'm comfortable as much as I can. So, Nje, how do you feel with all of that? How do you feel looking at me now?
I think umzali kumele sacrifice. Kumele sacrifice for umntanakhe.
This guy sacrifice a lot.
Umzali kumele sacrifice for umntanakhe. Umzali ahambe eceleni kwesicathulo for umntanakhe ukuthi umntanakhe must get the best. Yeah. Don't be selfish. Really, like umntanakho, but selfish kumntanakho, no. But then as manje, I really was so proud of you.
Thank you.
Kelly, I'm just so proud of you. And I thank God every day. It's not because of your strength. Yeah. Kusebenza kwethu nento sasizama ukwenzela zona just to ukuthi ungathi kusasa I'm doing these bad things because my family failed me. No, kumusa kaNkulunkulu. Kumusa kaNkulunkulu.
And honestly, I'm honored that you guys actually make all of these sacrifices. Sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, they shouldn't be. They're not supposed to. And oftentimes I get reminded, Uti, these are your parents. They are the ones who chose Uba. Let's have a child. Sometimes I get a harsh reminder that it's their responsibility at the end of the day. But sometimes I feel like I should be the one now at this point doing all these things for you guys. And you never ever complain. I know with my dad, with you, I would ask for something. Mama, ngicela ungiphe lesaskhiya, you give me. My dad, Baba, please give me this. So give me silent treatment. But I'll wake up in the morning, if I asked him to make me a buffet, so say and I'm like, but last night. But he will make sure that the next day my daughter has what she has asked for.
That is a happiness yomzali. Umntana kajabulile. Into emenza umzali ajabule ukuthi see umntana kajabulile. Into I don't understand. Sengisho ukuthi why must I be selfish ngakwenzeli? Yeah, awukhethanga ukuba semhlabeni. Then for me, I need to, if I can, really
Thank you so much.
Yeah, really, you're my joy. You're mine.
And you really enjoy taking care of me. I still find it weird. I will learn how to. It's still weird, but thank you so much. And thank you for coming. And thank you for saying yes to doing this whole interview thing with us.
Because Mama really wants to, I want to see you happy. If I can, really, I'll do it. And I was brother, baby.
Why not?
Why not?
Thank you so much.
I'll put in your Mary, Kilimanjaro, jump in the past, and be happy. If you want. Really,
let's leave it.
No, Mama, it's because of love. They say love is blind. Maybe.
So your love for me is blind?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm not blind. Not
blind. You're not someone.
But thank you so much.
But it's not only love for you, baby. Not feel more. Upindulo.
And my sister also.
Not feel it's just all just. Yeah. Thank God. Abantwana ngiphe bona. Really
Sana.
love you guys.
Uzala
Mama,
uzelula.
but uzelula ngephesi yami.
Ukuthi ungayikhipha amafayile ebantwini. But then ngiyabonga mfokhamile, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you so much, and all the support that you have given me throughout this whole journey of doing this whole season. You've been the sole provider for everything. It's been amazing through it out. And guys, this is my mom, as you guys can see. Siafana and I we look alike. Me and my dad, it's over. It ended while I was an infant baby, but I'm really grateful for having her today. She has shared my journey so well. She explained my medical issues as well. She has given, I'm sure, a lot of mothers insight on how to take care of their kids and how to just, the essence of it all is just to love your child and be there for your child and do everything for your child. And your child will then flourish and be whatever they want to be. So thank you so much for watching this final episode of Rare But Blessed Season 1. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Rare But Blessed. If you would like to provide any kind of support to the guest that we had today, whether medically, psychologically, or financially, please do send us an email and we will get you in direct contact with the guest that we had today. Or if you're a differently abled person and you feel like you'd like to come on the platform and share your story in hopes to raise awareness and educate people about differently abled people or your condition, then don't hesitate to send us an email or DM us on our social media platforms and we will definitely get back to you. And who knows, we might be in your city to come and speak to you in hopes of raising awareness, and someone might see you as well and provide any kind of help that you might be in need of. Thank you.